want to talk a few points about the printing templates to help you place your designs in the hoop. And there are two quick ways to get to it. I am in version 9 of Designer Plus. So we can either hit the Print Preview icon button, or we can go to File and Print Preview. Either way works. And I don't know that I've got it set up on default, but let's push some buttons and see what we come up with. So under Options, this is a quick way to get everything back to a default setting, standard. And then with each test, I'm going to hit OK to look at it. Well, I don't necessarily want to print where these connecting threads are. So I'm going to open Objects again, and I'm going to go ahead and, even though I've set this to standard, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the connectors. I like Artistic View. I want it to appear to have thread in it. For a round hoop, it really doesn't matter, but I'm going to go ahead and turn that on, and we'll say OK. And we'll just open this again. Oh, went the wrong way. Okay, so this time let's use the Print Preview icon. So we're going back to Options again. I'm going to turn my hoop off, I think. And again, I'm going to just go to Standard. I'll turn off connectors. This time around, let's just do things one at a time to see what changes we get. Options. I know I like Artistic. Don't want connectors. If you've got one of the oval hoops, you may want to check that to see how it fits in your hoop. And of course, I'm using a round hoop, so you're not going to see a whole lot of difference. Turn this back off. You could have grid if you'd like, but with each change you make, if you hit OK, you know what changes have been made. And so the grid to me is kind of distracting. I do like to be sure that I always have it set to zoom 1:1 so that I see my design as it will sew out. Let's see what this looks like. So I've made a few changes and cleared it up a little bit. So I can see that I have actually 3 pages that this is going to print. And that's kind of a waste, isn't it, for the information that it's got. This doesn't mean I changed it to a single page. It just means that I will view each individually. So I'm going to put it back on 2-page. And to get to that 3rd page, you'll hit Next. What I was glancing for was to change the print, and I really thought it was there. You know, to change the lettering style. Oh, there it is, font. So with this, if you want a bolder font, a little larger, perhaps. Some of us have older eyes, wiser eyes. There, that's a little easier to see, isn't it? But it did up my pages to 4 pages. Something you might consider doing is changing to landscape, and I'm still at 4 pages. Sometimes either changing to landscape or portrait will reduce the number of pages. So on my screen, I'm only seeing 2 and 3. So we'll go our previous page to see our first. And this is what you could cut out to place on your garment and then hoop. Next. And next, there's our 4th page. This design is so simple, it's really not necessary to print this one out. But with some more complex designs, it's going to give you the actual shape that's going to be sewing at each time. Some of the fun things to do are thread usage. So if you know you're low on a color of a spool, perhaps you need to think about a different spool, that even if you have to change to a different color. But this will give you an idea of how it's actually going to play out. Let's go previous page. So here's your run time. And I'm not convinced that they're counting for thread change time. I think that's just actual machine run time. So mileage may vary depending on how quickly you can rethread your machine. Now, to close this completely out, here's the close button. Let's open once again by going File, Print Preview. And I think that I went a little bit overboard on the font. Let's just take it to regular. Should be fine. But I think I will go 14 even. Missed a button, didn't I? Okay. Anything else I might like to change? If you don't want the crosshair at all, this is what turns that off. I like it. I like, especially with something off. The direction is odd on this one, so I like having that. There's another large icon that sometimes shows up for folks that they don't care for. I wonder if that's in the grid. Let's turn our grid on and right-click the grid. Hoop position marker. And this is what sometimes gets turned on. And so if you're unsure of how to get rid of that, options, and it was the hoop position marker. So now once we'll turn that off, and I hope hit OK. Now to actually print, here's your print button. And that went directly to my printer. I'm going to come in here again. This time I want to right click. I should be able to get the option to make a PDF so that I can just save the file. So if I want to share this design with someone, I'll have a PDF file that I can electronically send to them also. And I'm just not seeing it. Let's see, file. Well, if we go straight into print, then I get the option. So rather than print preview, go straight into print, and then you'll be able to go to Adobe PDF. And this time it's going to give me a place that I can save this to my computer so that I could share it with someone else. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.